Very good morning to you all, welcome. Yesterday I did have a selection, apologies for not putting it up. The selection was Swiss Art and it lost. I just felt the price was a bit big at the time. Anyway, moving on to today, my selection runs in the Chepstow 1240 race and Mentalist. I really do feel that mental people have got up in the morning and backed this horse. It is a very, very false favourite in my opinion. Okay, why is it a false favourite? Well, let's go through the race. First of all, what I would like to show you is a run of his Wincanton run. I'm not going to show you all the replay, but let's just have a quick look.
The patiently ridden Educated Son, as they skip over the next, he's a hairy watch, and Daryl Jacob must be experiencing a pretty hairy ride as well on Band of Thunder, but he still leads. Stagecoach Dan Mann's gone alongside Mentalist to second place now, followed then by Lady Bridget. Educated Son showing signs of improvement now on the outside, and Drawn Free still there towards the inside as well, with Boogie Night a long way behind him as they race now down the side of the course. So it's a very long run before the second last flight of hurdles in the home straight, with Band of Thunder having made all of the running to this point. Two clear. Mentalist in second place. He stopped pretty quickly at Sandown on his debut. Let's see what he's got this afternoon. He's just encouraged to go a little bit quicker and quite readily now takes the lead from Band of Thunder. Stagecoach Dan Mann, it's Educated Son, the eye catcher from the back of the field. He's now moved into a close third and looks pretty threatening. Mentalist again, giant big horse. He was a little bit clumsy there, and Educated Son is breathing right down his neck in second.
Right, the commentator has given you some information there, although you can see it on the screen. A giant big horse. Okay, keep that in mind, a giant big horse.
Place, and indeed he comes through to take a narrow lead. Educated Son from Mentalist. These two now quicken on from Stagecoach Dan Mann and the long-time leader Band of Thunder as they head then to the final flight. Educated Son and Jack Doyle at the last flick through it, 2 to 3 clear from Mentalist in second place. They're well clear of Stagecoach Dan Mann. That was a nice ride. Jack Doyle a winner for Bender Hans stable here. Educated Son, he was given a lovely ride to win, going away from Mentalist. Gap between them's
okay, let's just take a look at that race, the Wincanton race. Okay, Educated Son, let's just have a look what he's achieved. Okay, beating 34 lengths there by Coldbrook next time out. Mentalist there, he beat Mentalist, but he was coming into that race back of a 35 length beating, 16 length beating on the flat. His racing career started on firm ground, fast ground. It appears as though there that you would say that soft ground suited him. Okay, so let's just click back onto that Wincanton win and just have a look at some others. This horse here is of interest. What you should notice about this horse, his form's on good. Winning form on the flat is on good. He got beat there on soft ground, 75 lengths. Again on soft ground when Educated Son beat him, and my selection finished in front of him, 15 lengths. There on soft ground, 14 lengths. There on soft ground, 22 lengths. Okay, apart from the ground factor for Stagecoach Damien, this is another important factor. Lead. Always prominent, lead 3 out. Okay, in this run here, not flowing in touch, he didn't lead. Track leader hit second, ridden approaching at soon 1 pace, so he didn't lead there, although he was 2 to 1. So Stagecoach Damien, you could say that was not suited by the going there, and was not suited by the tactics employed. Okay, so that's Stagecoach Damien, Boogie Night Fell. Let's just, while we're here, just have a look at Band of Thunder, what he's done. Again, from that race, Class 4, he got beaten 18.5 lengths. He got even beaten further in a Class 5 race, admittedly over further. Okay, but he hasn't really shown a great deal. Okay, that's one good bit of form there. Apart from that one race in summer, there I would put that down to soft ground in July. Most of the runners in that race wouldn't have been suited by the soft ground, and he was running in a first time visor. Okay, moving on. Let me just show you a replay of his Bangor race.
In the shorter route, Kian's Delight. Mentalist is in 5th ahead of Next Edition, and Jawahar Matan at the rear of the field. Good leap by Colebrook, extends the advantage. Jawahar Matan just landed a little bit on all fours. So Colebrook with Ulyss Devassi as they prepare to take the turn, about a neck or so away. Royal Rever is in 3rd. Mentalist is making progress now through to dispute 4th place, racing on the outside of Kian's Delight. Then behind these in 6th place is Next Edition, and Jawahar Matan is still in perfectly close touch at the rear of the field, so all 7 still with every chance. They turn down the side of the racecourse, and with 5 flights between here, Delight and those early exertions taking their toll for Next Edition. Long run to the second last. Ulyss Devassi from Colebrook, and Mentalist is now being ridden along in 3rd place and receiving a reminder has come off the block.
Now, can you see how hard the jockey had to work on him? Okay. Now, would you back a horse that before the 2 mile point, the jockey's getting vigorous on him, and the way he picks up, kind of regains his momentum, tells me that he needs a stiffer test and a longer distance. Okay, he needs a track with an uphill finish or something like that. Anyway, keep watching.
Very quickly, in 4th place is Jawahar Matan, who's about 6 lengths behind. So Ulyss Devassi for James Reevely and Nick Williams. Racing on the outer of Colebrook, then Mentalist back in 3rd place from Jawahar Matan, as Ulyss Devassi, travelling best, heads towards the second last. Mentalist trying to be delivered with a challenge on the outside of Colebrook, as Ulyss Devassi takes 2 from home, is over from Mentalist in 2nd place. Then Colebrook in 3rd, Jawahar Matan can't go on. So Ulyss Devassi it is who leads, pursued by the giant Mentalist, who's in 2nd place as they head down towards the final flight. Ulyss Devassi, Mentalist wandering around but still in with a chance at the last. Ulyss Devassi pops over it. Mentalist a length and a half down off the run in. Ulyss Devassi just hanging to the right. Mentalist with the rail to help. Ulyss Devassi's holding.
Now, just let me take that back a bit. I just want to show you when the horse jinked a little bit. Okay, I hope I've got it right.
Mentalist trying to be delivered with a challenge on the outside of Colebrook, as Ulyss Devassi takes 2 from home, is over from Mentalist in 2nd place. Then Colebrook in 3rd, Jawahar Matan can't go on. So Ulyss Devassi it is who leads, pursued by the giant Mentalist, who's in 2nd place as they head down towards the final flight. Ulyss Devassi, Mentalist wandering around but still in with a chance at the last. Ulyss Devassi pops over it. Mentalist a length and a half down off the run in. Ulyss Devassi just hanging to the right. Mentalist with the rail to help. Ulyss Devassi's holding on the run to the line, it would appear. Mentalist, despite drifting out under pressure up the run in. Ulyss Devassi.
So again, when you look at the price of this horse and you look at the replays, would you really back a horse that kind of looks as though he could do with further, and a horse who could be tapped for speed if there's no pace? And don't forget, the commentator has said that he's a big horse, not just once but twice. Anyway, what I'd like to do is go back to that race this most recent race at Bangor. Okay, this horse who beat him, was coming into the race, pulled up, beating 22 lengths. Okay, pulled up, beating 22 lengths, and he comes out and he beats my selection. Okay, keep that in mind. Just let me take you back to Mentalist form. Okay, the horse I just showed you that won had 2 runs prior, and look at the runs that Mentalist had. Okay, it's going back to that race. This horse is of interest. Okay, Calderbrook, 6-4 favourite there. Led, ridden, headed, approaching 2 out. Let's just have a look at Calderbrook. He's won there. That's fantastic, you would think. Gives the form a boost, the professionals say. Okay, track leaders moved up to take narrow lead before 2 out, maintains slimmer advantage, edged left after held on game. Track leaders, he didn't lead there, did he? Okay, he didn't lead there. Now, I've always said, and I'm going to say it again, that change of tactics by trainers, jockeys, cost punters thousands and thousands every day. No matter how much form work you put in, hard work you put in, it can be all undone by a change of tactics by the trainer or the jockey. Okay, and here you see Calderbrook, he track leaders, he didn't make the running there after being beaten by in his previous race where he made all the running. They used different tactics on him, but if you look there, raced wide, track leader, led after 3 out. Again, he didn't lead like he did when he finished behind the Mentalist. Led, ridden and headed, approaching 2 out. No extra. Leading on first, it was heavy ground, then he tried to make all the running. It doesn't work. So that gives the form of Mentalist not very, he's no way is he the price he is today. He should be more of a even money, and that's being kind. Even money. Okay, let's look at his form. Now what I want to do is go back to Mentalist. Okay, here, there, Dark and Dangerous, beaten 66 lengths. Okay, you could say, well, yeah, he's running, he's coming off a long layoff, but 66 lengths by Dark and Dangerous. Okay, in Captain Sharp finished in front of him that day, yet the market, is not very favourable towards Captain Sharp. 8-1, isn't that ridiculous? That is just ridiculous. Okay, anyway, let's just go back to Dark and Dangerous. Show you something. He's won on soft. He started live on fast ground. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of his 12 starts were on fast ground. He's only had 2 starts on soft. But what I'd like you to note here is this. His rating on the flat, 60 to 58. Okay? Yet he manages to beat my selection. Keep that in mind. So considering that, taking that into account, you could be thinking, well, who's going to beat my selection? If you bring in the ratings of the flat, which you shouldn't really do, but sometimes they do help. This horse here, Flying Phoenix, even this one, you know, who's well priced, good price, good value price there, has got a chance. Now, taking into consideration all the facts which I've just outlined, and I've showed you the replays, and if you get time, just go to the Sporting Life website and have a look at the replays for yourself. Do you think this horse is really is a true 7 to 4 on? Do you? I don't think so. The markets might not agree with me, but I think this horse could drift out to about 180, 190. Okay. The other thing that I'd like you to keep in mind, Mentalist run 32 days ago. Both these two runs were hard races for him. Okay, both these two runs were hard races. So, you know, horses are not machines. And could it be that, you know, he needs longer than 30 days, 32 days to recover from them two races? He is beatable, very beatable actually. You know, this level. Have a look at Westerner, pedigree, top stayer. Okay, side to Okay, so on that, I would say he is beatable. He needs further than 2 miles, and don't forget the comments that you've heard that he's a big horse. Now, the question you have to ask yourself, if the pace is going to be slow, will he be able to cope? Okay, so that is my selection today. I've done my best to explain to you that it's not just a shot in the dark selection. When these kind of horses lose at these kind of prices, people are always quick to blame the jockey, blame the trainer, but the form book, if you don't look at the form and take notice of it, then you've got nobody else to blame but yourself. I mean, just look, Captain Sharp has finished in front of him, and look, who will you say is the value there? Well, goes without saying that Captain Sharp is the value. Okay, on closing, I'd just like to say that this is a very tough game, and I am very sensitive to others, the responsibility to others. I haven't really opened out yet. I mean, looking for to do 3 to 1, 4 to 1 winners, lay selections, which I quite easily could do, but you got to understand that I do have a moral responsibility to others, and that's why sometimes I get not upset, but I'm not one of these people. For a start, I'm not a tipster to start off with. Okay, I don't charge people, so if I charged people, they would get a much better service. But people are different, and I do worry about other people losing money. Don't worry about myself, because it's my own decision. But once when you're telling people a certain thing, well, yeah, people have that trust in you, have that faith in you to follow your advice. Then when it goes wrong, I can't really explain to you what that feeling is like. It's a horrible feeling. You kind of feel drained. I mean, the other day, even 110 on 10 to 1 on shot lost, I still felt bad about it. Not because of any pride issue or anything like that. I just felt bad in general. Anyway, I'm sorry for mumbling on, and all being well, we will be celebrating today, and let's hope that the Mentalist, that the men in white coat come and take him away. Once again, thank you very much for your time. Bye for now.